moves. First of all, can we talk about this? Welcome into First Take, everybody. I'm Molly Karam, Christopher Mad Dog Russo, Brian Windhorst, Stephen A. Smith. We'll be here any second. Bob Myers will be there. He is. Stephen A. back in the old stomping grounds after 7 years here in Bristol. Stephen A., it's like a high school reunion.
Not only that, we have made a decision, you and I.
What?
From now on, because Molly, Connecticut, now on, every Wednesday, in the person, we want everybody in Bristol.
Yep.
No more Manhattan, no traffic, no little booths somewhere 5 feet from his house. From now on, right?
Wednesdays?
Right here.
Wednesdays right here.
I will say this. Normally, I would sit up there and say, you have lost your damn mind. You need to get drug tested because I ain't trying to come to Bristol. But considering the fact that y'all are in a studio and they have me in a damn closet in New York City doing the show today, I mean, I might consider it. I might consider coming to Bristol.
You deserve better than that, Stephen A. You deserve better. You do. You do.
My closet is bigger than this. Go ahead.
Oh, I'm sure it is. Stephen A., are you excited for the NBA draft? That's what I need to know.
You're damn right.
All right,
but I'm more excited for something that happened in New York last night. 100 blue skies, baby. 100 blue skies.
I mean, it's kind of like Villanova's taking over your Knicks. So let's get
I don't give a damn.
A little New York on New York action. There we go. Look at those clouds. The Knicks coming off an incredible season despite being riddled with injuries. And they're now going all in for next season after acquiring Mikal Bridges from the Nets. Brooklyn is piling up picks, according to Woj, sending Bogdanovich 4 unprotected first-round picks, a 2025 protected first-rounder via the Bucks, in a 2028 unprotected pick swap, and a 2025 second-rounder for the Bridges. Did you get all that? There we go. It's on the screen for you so you can marinate on it for a second. Okay, S.A., talk to me. How big of a deal is this Bridges trade?
It's a very big deal. It's a very big deal. You see, Wendy, you know, that curmudgeon sit next to you named Mad Dog Russo. He's going to try to poo-poo this moment, but it's not going to happen, baby. Orange and blue skies, baby. Orange and blue skies. The city is buzzing because we understand what transpired last night. Now, do I like 5 first-round picks? 4 unprotected? No, I don't. But my God, when you consider this kid, Mikal Bridges, and what he brings to the table, just a paragon of stability. The man played all 82 games last year, averaged 19 points, 26 points when he first arrived in Brooklyn from Phoenix. He shoots about 37% from three-point range. He could put the ball in the hole from the outside. He can score in the open court. He could finish at the basket. And most importantly, he is an elite defender. Now, we got to keep Andrew OG Anunoby. I understand he wants his money. Damn it, don't think about going down to the city of brotherly love. It's Gotham City, baby. This is where you belong, OG Anunoby. You understand? You look at the New York Knicks right now and what you have in place. You've got a steady hand who's young, who's tenacious defensively, who's a workhorse, who doesn't miss a lot of action, an elite defensive player. I love what I'm seeing. Yes, the relationship he has with the other 3 Villanova boys in Brunson, DiVincenzo, and Hart. Yes, that goes a long way. I understand that. And if you're Tom Thibodeau, who did a great job last year, you got to do it again this year because the New York Knicks got better. That doesn't mean they're complete. They still need another big-time piece. Make no mistake about it. But right here, the core, the nucleus of the New York Knicks, props to Leon Rose. Props to Worldwide West. Hell, if Gershon Rojas had something to do with it, props to him too. I don't give a damn what it is. Right now, I'm looking at the New York Knicks, and the only team I definitively see above them is the reigning, defending NBA champion Boston Celtics. Anybody else? You got some work to do because the New York Knicks, baby, the culture, the fire, you understand the tenacity, the defense, all of that stuff is here. It's here. This is the kind of stuff that I'm talking about right now. Great move by the New York Knicks. I absolutely love it. I don't like the first-round picks, but you do have 11 first-round picks over 7 years going into this move. So you still got an abundance of first-round picks at your disposal. I love what I'm seeing. I'm incredibly happy. There's more work to do, but we took a step up last night, and I couldn't be happier.
You want me to go put cold water on this thing, Brian, before you do?
Do it.
Wait,
oh, my
Ice
God.
Cold.
Take it
Cold
easy.
water.
Ice cold. Cold plunge. Let's
This
dip.
is not Howard Comives for Dave DeBuscher. Will you please look it up? in the mid-60s. I mean, he is not the missing piece to win a championship. Does he make the Knicks marginally better? Absolutely. Are the Knicks a team now that could win 53, 54 games? Absolutely. Does Thibodeau have any problem with the Villanova guys to coach? No way. He'd get into the heart, and DiVincenzo, and now him, and of course Brunson, no problem. Did Sean Marks finally do something right? The guy's been there forever. He's done nothing right, coaches included. Yes, the picks with the Nets is probably a good move, so I have no problem with that either. But take it easy, Steve. They got a marginally better. He's a nice player. But, listen, when the Nets got him from Phoenix, he was supposed to be a linchpin for their next decent Nets team, and they couldn't even make the playoffs. So before you sit there and tell me that he's going to score 24 a game and get them real close to Boston, put them ahead of Indiana.
I don't need him to score 24 games.
Will they go further in the playoffs?
How much further is further? They probably would have beaten Indiana if they weren't banged up to begin with.
Well, damn it, they didn't. They didn't. Now you get an extra security blanket that's going to pull that off for you, okay? That's what you do. I mean, if one cover doesn't work for you, if the sheets don't keep you warm covering you, you throw a quilt over you. That's what they did, okay?
Quilt.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with it. The fact of the matter is, you're saying marginal. Marginal. I'm sorry. I believe this move makes the New York Knicks one of the top 2 teams in the Eastern Conference. I think it makes them.
Anyway.
They weren't anyway. Excuse me. No, one could say that. One could say if Embiid was healthy, that's not the case.
No nonsense,
if Giannis was
Embiid.
healthy, that's not the case. They could say something like that. I don't give a damn if they are healthy now. I like the young nucleus of the New York Knicks. Again, they're still a piece away, but I'm looking at the New York Knicks as a top 6 team in the National Basketball Association, compete for an NBA championship. I like what they did. And
not on its face, but let's take a step back and look at this. If this was a year ago and you saw this trade happen, you said 5 first-round picks in a pick swap, or 4, whatever it was, 5 first in a pick swap. For a guy who's never been an all-star, you'd say, this doesn't make sense. The value proposition is off. But you're going to hear this repeatedly from people like me in the coming weeks. The new rules in this new CBA really changed the game. It's very hard to have 3 max players on your payroll in this new world. And if you got 3, they all better be playing like max players. You can't have a guy as your 3rd max player who's playing like a non-max player. So what this is, first off, this is a vote from the Knicks to say, we now think we're going to be a really good team for the next 5 or 6 years. We've got guys in their 20s who we're going to have under control, under contract. We don't think that our picks are going to be that good. We believe the team that we have built is going to be good for a while. That's number 1. Number 2, this directly goes, as Stephen A. said, to the Boston Celtics. They know that the Celtics are terrific on the wing. If you're going to have a chance to beat them out of 7, you got to have an answer for Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown. That's what this is. It's the combination of Bridges and OG Anunoby, who I'll get to in a second. Third, he makes $21 million. Okay, we were talking last week about could the Knicks get in on Paul George. That would have been a trade that would have definitely helped them against the Celtics. Paul George is going to make $50 million this year. If you have Paul George, it becomes much harder to pay for OG Anunoby. And not because the Knicks don't have the money, but because of the rules that what you're allowed to spend and the aprons. Just trust me, it becomes much, much harder. Fourth, this is a vote of confidence in Jalen Brunson. This is saying we don't need to trade for a superstar. We have a superstar. And not only do we have him, we're going to put stuff around him that is going to help him thrive. Now, let me just get to the OG Anunoby part.
Yeah.
OG Anunoby is now in a command position. The only way this move really works and closes ground on the Celtics is if it's Anunoby and Bridges, especially if you look what the Knicks traded for Anunoby and Bridges, because I'm going to put those deals together. I'm going to look at R.J. Barrett, Emmanuel Quickley, Bojan Bogdanovic, and these picks. That's essentially one big giant deal to get these 2 wing players to deal with Tatum and Brown. But to make that work, you got to close a deal with Anunoby. Anunoby is in a position to ask for a max contract. He may not be a max player, but the Knicks have got to keep him. Meanwhile, down 95 in Philadelphia, they're looking at Boston hanging a banner. They're looking at New York making these moves, and they're holding $50 million in salary cap space. They got to be saying, what are we going to do about this? If OG Anunoby reaches free agency, unrestricted free agency on Sunday, without making a deal with the Knicks, I don't see why Philly doesn't come in and offer him a full max. And New York has to know that, and Philly has to know that, and OG has to know that.
Yeah.
And here's the key with these new rules. And again, I know it's hard and it's different, and it's going to be a learning process for everybody. The Knicks are now hard capped with this trade. They can only spend to a certain level. You're just going to have to trust me on this. And it's about $50 million more after this trade. They need to try to fit OG Anunoby and the rest of their team into that. That is why you have Woj saying last night he doesn't know if they're going to be able to keep Isaiah Hartenstein. So those are all factors.
Look. I appreciate the expertise. I mean, thank you very, very much for all of that information, which you know I knew already, but I really appreciate it. But see, this is the problem that I have with these non-New York Knicks fans. Y'all are not appreciating the moment. Okay,
fair point.
I want you, and with you, Wendy, it's totally understandable. Being the great NBA analyst and insider that you are, love you, bro. It's not about you. That Benedict Arnold right there, that guy that had, this is a Hall of Famer, Molly. This is a Hall of Famer. Yeah. This is a man that's been in radio for 40 plus years. This is Mad Dog Russo that we're talking about. Where did he make his bones? Where did the backdrop come from? It was in New York City.
Time out.
What?
Time out.
What?
He's looking out for you. We're protecting your heart. All right? That's what we're doing.
Oh, my God, you didn't interrupt me to say that.
Stephen A., we do. We have to protect your heart. Sometimes you're fragile when it comes to your New York Knicks. We've seen you in deep prayer. We're excited about it. We're a little enthusiastic. It's just like pump the brakes. Let's take it one step at a time.